Hello, welcome back to Average Gamer Plays Factorio. Now, I've been through the other steel plants and I've made the same change to those. So these should now be slightly better outputs for the steel. We should be getting a lot more steel. In fact, I've done that so recently. I think these are still working their way through the backlog, which is why these belts are completely full. We should... No, I'll tell you why they're full. I'll tell you why they're full. When it finished the last bit of mining productivity research, there was nothing else left on the queue. And then I noticed that we were getting very, very low on productivity science, which is, production science, which is there. So I basically, I didn't add any more research into the queue for a little while to let this build up, because we were basically, there was nothing in these chests and the train was just sort of taking everything that it could. And at the moment, I don't know if there is, 162,000 in there now, which is fine. We're certainly getting there. So I've only just recently restarted, adding some more things onto the queue. So, I mean, we're still launching rockets. We've still got plenty of items coming in. That's now launched 1848, 1600, so it's still going quite nicely. 1300 there, 1200 there, 1851 on the end there. So plenty of things happening. Now what else I noticed, I've gone through everything else on my to-do list. I've put the radars in over here and up there. I've added some more mining over here directly onto trains, so that comes in, that then gets, I'm on map view, I can't click on the individual wagons, but yeah, 6,000, 7,000, so the trains get filled up reasonably quickly, and these stations are slightly offset so that the wagons kind of fill the patch. I mean, this one is only 2,900 in there, so that's going to run out fairly quickly, but there's still 3 and that one's already run out. No mineable resources on there. So this train that comes into this top station will just take slightly longer to load up, because there's only sort of three miners filling this wagon instead of 4. I do need to add even more iron mining, so I've got let's see the best way of showing this. I've got, oh, that's interesting, leftover cargo. Why is that? Right, alert. I have spotted a couple of trains that do have incorrect cargo in them, and I've been trying to well, I found one train that had a whole bunch of different stuff on it. Is there anything on here? That's just showing the shipments. Yeah, I'll find it eventually. I'll find it eventually. Next time I'm going to start keeping a much closer eye on these LTN alert messages. Now, yeah, so looking at this, I can filter on iron, I think it's iron-ore, right. I've got all these stations providing iron ore. I've got 8 stations directly mining onto trains. I've got 4 stations at mine 1. That's 12. 15, 18 plus a recycled, so that's only here and there. So I've got 18 stations providing iron ore. I've got basically I think 24 stations requesting iron ore. I don't know why. Oh right, network ID. Let's just sort of unfilter that for any network, because some of them are in different networks, but I've got what I was getting at was that in these smelting arrays, if we have a look at the train station name, right, these don't have iron ore in the name, that's right, that's why they're not showing up. Smelting 2, station 6 drop off, that station is still requesting iron ore. It wasn't showing up because there isn't iron ore in that station name. So I've got 2 here doing brick, so I've got 4 iron ore at one smelting array up there. Turn those station names off. These bottom 4 are for iron ore. I've got 2 there, so that's 6, and I've got 4 down here, so that's 10. And then each steel array has got 4 stations, and there's 3 of those. That's another 12. So that's 22 stations requesting iron ore. And I've only got 18 stations providing iron ore. So this is what's leading to the shortage. So I need to add, and I think I might do it because there's smelting up here and there's steel up there. I think I'll put a depot in here. And I'll give it another number, and I'll set it to, I'll add some more mines onto, there's 143 million there, the 173 million there. So I'll add some more mines. 244 million on that one. So I'll try and think where the depots are, because there's a lot of sort of, I'm becoming a little bit lax in actually determining which mines and which depots are served and which smelters are served by which depots. So I was initially going to have it sort of quite strictly saying, well, these trains are only going to go at this side of the factory, and these trains up here are only going to do this, and these trains over here are only going to do that. And I've been finding that there have been some trains that sort of mine over here and then end up delivering all the way over there. And that's not ideal because there's an awful lot of travelling time involved. So I am going to sort of tidy that up a little bit. We've got plenty of other science packs and everything in stock. 412,000 in that one, 460 in that one. And even since I've just been starting recording here 10 minutes ago, we've already done 20% research onto that one. So the production statistics are going to look quite high at the moment. If we have a look at over the last 10 minutes, science pack, take the rails out. I've got no idea why they're still coming in. So we've got, it's interesting, we're producing 5.3, we're only producing 4.2 on the rockets. I would have thought that over the last 10 minutes that would be quite high. I mean, these aren't producing very much because they were full and they've only just sort of kind of recently kicked in again. That one's full because the purple science just needed to be restocked. So I'm curious as to why the rockets seems a little bit low. And right, so it could be that it was actually running low on rocket fuel for a little while. So let's just have a little wander over and have a look at the rocket fuel factory. Is this all still working? Those lines still look pretty darn full, or full enough. I need to put another radar in the corner there. But I don't think we're actually sort of short of anything. Although we don't have any backlog of rocket fuel, interestingly. Plenty of lubricant. So all the heavy oil is now going towards making light oil, so we should have plenty of interesting fluid ingredient shortage. Why have we not got? That's full enough. Output full. Right, so because we're not converting the heavy oil into light oil, we need to convert more of it into, not converting the heavy oil into lube. I did initially have 3 machines here doing heavy to light. I think I might have to put the 3rd one back in. So that is output full, and it's full of heavy oil. So, right, we can move the... Right, let's get rid of Spidertron for a minute. Right, we'll move the radar out of the way for a second. So water, we need more water coming. That's it. Still squeeze that power pole in there. So we need I've not got any more modules on me. I don't know if it actually needs modules. So I think one of these did and one of these didn't, so it might be that we don't actually need. Right, let's get back into Spidertron and just see. Do we have plenty of... That's working, that's working, it's got plenty of light oil. So I don't think we need to add any productivity modules on there, because all these machines at the top here have got plenty of light oil. We don't need to make any more. These are working much better. So let's do the same thing over here. Just remember to put the radars back in at some point. plenty of heavy oil coming in there. Oh, low power. Low power. We are running out of power again. Okay. 701,000 solar panels still isn't enough. Okay. I will get onto that. Now these lines coming out here certainly look, are they looking a little bit more well, that certainly didn't take long to fill that train up. There's 700 and 800 in there, so yeah, I think we still need to. Let's do the same change that we did up here. Might be a little bit harder to see because I'm working upside down. There's a few more on the line there now, I think. Let's have a look over the last 10 minutes. Rocket fuel. 3,000. Oh, it's definitely gone up, hasn't it, there? We're producing 4,000 a minute over the last minute, so that should be fine. Definitely more than it has been. Yeah, it was only 3,200, and now it's gone up, so that's good. Now I'm also going to think about moving the nuclear production as well. So we need have all those rails. Have a lot of those rails as well. Requester chests. I think they're going to be somewhere over there. 100, yeah, we'll have those. LTN stations. Now, I don't know if I'm making LTN stations. Or if I just take normal stations and LTNify them. So it's a normal train stop, a lamp, red wire, green wire, and a constant combinator. I must be making them somewhere. Logistic train stop, I've got 20 of those. I'm not 100% sure where I'm making them. There. Right, let's pick up all of those. And just get it to make some more. 20, 30, 40, 50. Just get it to make like 100. Now I know I've already got lots and lots of trains on this railway building train basically. So let's just grab all of those. Right, so what have I got on here now? I've got 6,900 rail, 292 wagons, which is enough, 97 locos, which is enough, 32 of those and 21 of those, which is also plenty of enough. I've got plenty of roboports. I think that's everything that I need. Let's just pick up a few more radars. What else do I need while I'm here? I'm not going to need that many more blue belts or anything like that. I've already got a few thousand in stock at the other side. All right, okay, let's create a blueprint of that. Nuclear fuel. Let's take that over there. Let's create a blueprint of... I probably already have this blueprinted, but... it's still sending the train forwards and backwards to get the items, so let's blueprint all of that, and then I will put it down when I need to. So that is I'll double check. I think that's steel going in. I don't need to make the nuclear fuel, to be honest, because I'm not running any nuclear plants. I don't think I need that side of it. I can always put it back if I do need it. So that's got the filter on there. That's okay. I think that was going off so the bots can put it on the train, to be honest. I don't think I need that part of it. And that was nuclear recycling from the plants. I don't think I need that part of it either. Varix processing. Do that into that. Right, so we'll see how far we get with that. Yes, I think that was to take the items over to this train, and I don't think any train is actually... Oh yeah, that is still being used, but that's only so that it brings those items up. Yeah, I could take half of that as well, just to seed. I mean, ultimately I'm going to be dismantling this anyway, so it's all going to come over. Right, while I'm here, we need more solar panels to go in, don't we? Let's just see if I've already put that down there. Yes, I have. That's why it wasn't going in. Will that go in? Yes, I think it will. Door is in the right place. Head over there. I don't mind sort of just staying there and blocking that part of the line. I might need some. Now I'll have the station sort of feeding in here for the depot, and then it can feed out. I'll do an out on the diagonals. That one, just put all that ones there. So let's just put that a little bit further up. Octagon diagonal out on the right. Now I need to have this as being an octagon diagonal out on the left as well. Nope. Out. That will do. If I connect this one in, it should start sending a train. Trains with this stop. It might take a little while to get there because it's got to head back to base first. Now then, I might be able to get away with something here if I do something a little bit quirky. Copy all that. Just rotate it round like that. Wow, it's already decided to send a train to this depot. Okay. We need that line there. So let's go and get some trains. Of course, this is why it's sending stuff to it, because it's still called LTN Depot 38. I need to rename this to be Ore Depot 3. Spell it properly. So I'll do that, Ore Depot 3. They'll have enough for another train, but I will. Right, they're all set to Ore Depot 3. As is always the case, as soon as I build a new depot, every single other station decides it wants fuel. See, the thing is, a full cargo inventory for this is only about 40. Let's see where that is heading to now. Which station? Not the one I want. Right, okay, let's manually go back and then pick up as much nuclear fuel as we can. Oh, it has delivered some items. Ah, right. We don't have any robots in the... Okay, well let's then just dump all of my nuclear fuel in there, and we'll just let the robots fuel the trains for the time being. Yes, I forgot about putting the robots in there. Okay. Automatic. Right, so I've got this depot over here in network 8, and I've got this depot here that's LTN depot 3.8. I've got these depots down here in network 2, which is for the mining, right? So if I set, let's just make sure I'm in the Spidertron so I'm not going to get run over. If I set that to be network 10, it will only request trains from network 8 plus network 2, because 8 plus 2 is 10. And if I wander down to Steel 3, I set these stations to be network ID 10 as well. I mean, when it's finished with the current, yeah, because it's getting a train. That's fine. That's from network 2. That one is going. See, this one's going all the way over to the other side, and that should stop happening. But I do need to make sure. So I've got 4 mines there. And 5 up there. That's 9. Now this smelting up here basically need to add some more mining. 103 million. It all depends on how big the patches are, you see. Right, I've been doing a bit of playing off camera, quite a bit of playing off camera. I've found and fixed a few errors, which I will show you. I've put in, where was it? I've built a mine over here. I did it as a standard belt and chest mine. I need to put, no, I put radars in there already. So that is another 4 trains providing iron ore, which is working quite nicely, and it's picking up trains. It's just the slightly annoying thing that these trains have to cross each other, but there's not going to be an awful lot of traffic up and down that little line, and if a train has to wait 2 seconds, it can wait 2 seconds. So that's gone in. I was still getting a lot of error messages or LTN notifications about there not being enough low density structures. And this confused me because I'd spent a lot of time sort of designing this and making sure that it's got everything that it needs. And on looking closer and actually sort of standing here and watching it, I noticed that some of these machines at the bottom, at the end, were short of plastic. If you have a look at this one here, this has produced 67,000 items. 60,000, 52, 47 and 43. So the amount of items that it produces gets less and less as it gets further down the line, and this is because obviously there's less plastic or less steel or whatever finding its way to the end of the line. And what I've just recently changed was that, if you can see here for the steel, this last part of the belt here is red, because this belt going down here is red. So I was thinking, well, if it's red going down there, it doesn't need to be any faster going up here. But apparently, I think with the plastic, having the red belt start here was actually sort of causing a backlog, or causing not enough plastic to sort of come down this part of the line and come into here anyway. So I've changed it on all 6 stations. I've just changed this part of the line from red to blue. And we'll see if it produces any more, and I think it is actually. I think that the low density structures coming out on the line there is more than it was previously. Now that train's gone out and there's still 2,500, 3,000 in the chests, although, you know, this train's going to swallow them all up. So we'll see if that, you know, if I still get notifications about low supplies on low density structures. If I have a look at the LTN Manager, you can actually have a look and see what's requested, and it tells us here I've got 11,055 in transit already on trains. I've got 13,500 requested, and I've got 0 provided, and that 0 is because that station had less than a train full in there. If I refresh this now, I mean, all these numbers keep changing as deliveries get completed and whatever. So it's always being updated. But annoyingly, this says there's 0 provided, which I think means that there's not enough low density structures in the system to satisfy all the requests on all the trains coming in. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a long-term problem or not, so I'll keep an eye on that. The other thing that I noticed was I was adding more and more and more and more solar panels, and I'd sort of finished, it wasn't that long ago I was stamping them down over here, and I've gone all the way up here and all the way along and then up another line and all the way back again, and I've now got 745,000 solar panels, and I was still getting brownouts. And then I realised something. I had a look on the wiki, and it says that the ideal ratio for solar panels to accumulators is 84%. So every 100 solar panels you need 84 accumulators, and that should keep everything going through the night. Now on this original blueprint, which I'd seen somebody use in a YouTube playthrough, and I thought that looks very, very nice and neat and very tileable, and I thought I'll have that. So I went online, Factorio prints or whatever it was, and I found this and I downloaded it. Now if we have a look, this has got 88 accumulators and 104 solar panels. So 88 divided by 104 is 84.6%. So that is pretty much the ideal ratio. Fine, no problem there. The problem comes when you put these blueprints down and tile them, because these accumulators that stick out at the edge don't get replicated in the following blueprint. They get overwritten. They're the same set of accumulators is used in both copies of the blueprint that you put down. So if I've got this one here, which is 4 copies of the same blueprint, and we have a look at the ratio here of 343. So the other one was 84.6%. This one is 343 divided by, let's clear my calculator properly, 343 divided by 416 is 82%, 82.5%. So it's already gone down from 86% to 82% just by tiling 4 of them together. Now I've got this one which is 40 tiled together, and you can't really sort of see the exact numbers because of the way Factorio displays them on the screen, but even if we do assume that these are the maximum, 3399 divided by 4199 is 80.9, so it's getting even worse. So instead of being an 84% ratio of accumulators to solar panels, this blueprint that I've been putting down is only 81%. And of course, with the number of solar panels that I've put down in this array, that difference adds up. And I actually had, I just went back to a previous recording and I had a look, and I had something like, well, in fact, before I started putting these other ones down, I had, if you have a look at the power, it was something like 745,000. Well, if I do, I've got 745,000 solar panels. Call it 746,000 times 0.84 tells me I should have 626,640 accumulators to go along with that, and I only had about 588 or something, or 590 something. Certainly nowhere near 626,000. So the reason I was running out of power overnight was that it didn't matter how many solar panels I was putting down, they weren't fully charging the accumulators because I didn't have enough accumulators to match the solar panels. So I've then put down, I've got this other little blueprint which is just 2 substations surrounded by accumulators, as many as we can squeeze in basically. So that's 160 accumulators and 2 substations, and I've been putting this down over here just to get more accumulators in the system, and these are getting charged up during the day. And the closer I get to this 84% ratio, the better it is. If I have a look at the last 10 hours and I filter on oh, that's just the electric network info, isn't it? So if I have a look at the production and I filter on the science pack, it's holding fairly steady. These dips here where everything went down to 0 is when the research queue finished and there was nothing else queued, so there was no research going on. But when research has been going on, it's actually been quite steady. And if you have a look over the last hour, pretty much everything has been at the proper rate. And this is including the mega base and the starter base, so this is why it's sort of over 5,000. But the rockets is 4,600, and I think that's because we were short of low density structures. So I'm hoping that my recent fix for low density structures will fix that. Yeah, there's a message there. No station supplying low density structures for the rocket silos. Monitor it using the radars, can't I? So yes, we're definitely low on low density structures. Now, that should be using 12,480 a minute, ideally. Now, we don't need all 6 silos to be launching all the time, because we only need like 5.2 silos or something, or 5.4 or whatever it was for the 5,000 science. Let's have a little look at utility science, which is down there. See, that is, how many's in there? 393,000, so that's going down a bit. That's not... Trains are picking up from here faster than it's producing. See, that was running out, and then pretty much immediately there's a new delivery coming in, so that's kind of okay. So let's just have a little look. I mean, it did say inventory. Yeah, we're requesting 12,500. There's 7,600 in transit. So definitely need more. I mean, this is still producing plenty, it's just not enough. And that plastic is looking a little low when it gets to the end of the lines here, which means item ingredient shortage, you see, so this one isn't producing anything. That's got a tree in the way. Oh. Okay, well, can't see it. But yeah, we still get some supply issues here, and it's not producing as many as it should. So I will, I'll have to build another one. Now, yeah, rather than just add on to this one, I'll just build another smaller one in here, I think. Or let's have a think. Could explore this area up here and just build another octagon at the top here and see what the copper mine situation is like. over in this area here. I don't have any unused, I have an unused octagon down there. Now to be fair, 63, 48, 64, 111, that does have, I could quite easily build like a very small two factory installation over here, and then there's 114 million over there, so I could tap into all this copper here, because there's already an octagon here. It's already got the rails leading into it. It's near a steel factory. There's plenty of plastic available over, as I say, there's one, where's the plastic? There's one there and there's one up there. So the plastic will have to travel a little bit to get to it, but that's not a problem. It seems to be quite happy to send trains all over the place. Okay, so let's add a tag and we'll put second LDS factory in there. I mean, over the last 10 hours, yes, there's been a couple of dips when there was absolutely no research going on at all, and then a couple of small dips when there was power issues and things, but we're still hovering at, you know, that's doing 4,900 a minute even with those dips. 4,500, 4,400 and then 4,300, so we're really not that far off at all. We're really not that far off at all. Yeah, that's been up and down quite a bit. Now I don't know, see, I mean, these numbers could be close enough that once I leave it running for another 4 or 5 hours and let these you know, that sort of fall off the edge of the graph, I mean, it could, regardless of it saying, you know, we've got these low density structure supply problems. Right, I'm going to do that. It's 7:15 now. I'm going to leave this running up here until midnight and I'm going to come back and have a look at it. We're on mining prod 140. Let's just double check. Add another couple in there. So that is 342,000. So it's getting to the stage where we need to launch a considerable number of rockets to just finish one set of research. But yeah, I'm going to sort of leave this running without changing anything. Now that I've put all those extra accumulators in, I'm not even going to go over there. You know where they are. They're over there. Yes. I think I've got just about enough mines. I've got enough trains. We'll see if I've got enough low density structures. I'm going to leave this going for a bit. I'm going to go downstairs and watch a couple of movies or something, take my mind off it all, come back in a few hours and have another look at the production statistics. And I'll leave it there for now.